So a key question that is asked when you're working on AI infrastructure is what is HPC? Now you'll hear a lot of data scientists talking about HPC. Okay, you know the full form of it is high performance computing, but what it is? It's a very simple way to understand HPC, and how we can understand HPC is just think about that if you have one computer, right? You have one computer that is actually doing a complex task for you. So this is one computer which is doing some task for you. Now what HPC says is instead of doing this, having this one computer, why don't you create a cluster, right? You're creating a cluster of multiple computers, right? Let's say if I have, say, around 5,000 computers here, right? Or 1,000 computers here. Obviously, I can do things faster and I can do more things at the same time. So you can think about making things in parallel, right? We are doing a lot of things in parallel. And what one computer was, let's say, doing in, say, 1 hour, you might be doing in few seconds, right? So that's the whole crux behind HPC, or high performance computing. So let's take a look. So high performance computing refers to the practice. Remember, guys, it is a practice, right? It is a concept. You can say it is a concept, and this is actually available from various cloud vendors. You can use for Oracle, you will see Azure, AWS. Every cloud vendor will come up with this high performance computing because this is a need of the industry, right? So high performance computing refers to the practice of aggregating computing power. So as I explained here, you had one computer, now you have 5,000 computers bringing together. So you're aggregating, you're bringing them together and taking their compute power in a way that delivers higher horsepower than traditional computers. Very simple, right? If one computer was doing this job, we are talking about 5,000 computers now doing this job, right? It's as simple as that. So the good thing about high HPC is that you can utilize CPUs, you can utilize GPUs, you can utilize a combination of both as well. So OCI, if we talk about OCI HPC provides access to the latest and most powerful CPUs, GPUs, enabling high-speed computation and efficient processing of complex tasks. Pretty simple, right? Nothing to explain here. So all it is saying is that you can use all the advanced CPUs and GPUs that are available inside for your high-performance computing needs. Now, another key factor that comes up is, and we will study in the next video, is high-speed networking. Now, the other thing is, let's say you've actually brought, I'm taking an example of 4 computers, right? Let's say you've brought 4 computers or 4 computes together in this cluster C1. And now all these need to communicate with each other, right? Because you're running things in parallel. What if your network itself is slow? Then it defeats the purpose, right? That's why you need a very, very high speed network, and we'll study about the RDMA network in the next video. But for the moment, just understand that although you are connecting all these, say, different computers in a cluster, but they need to be connected by a very, very high speed network. Only then it solves your purpose. So HPC features high bandwidth and low latency networking, right? And this is what we'll study as part of the RDMA that comes in the next lecture in more detail. But for the moment, just understand this is actually connected. These computers are connected with a high bandwidth and low latency network, which is anyways crucial for HPC applications, right? Because you need to ensure rapid data transfer. As I said, you need to transfer the data across, right? If the network is slow, then obviously it defeats the purpose. And users can scale resources up and down because, as I said, it's a cluster. So cluster means you can always add, you can always remove resources. So you can always scale up, like adding resources, scale down, removing resources. So users can scale resources up or down based on the computational needs, allowing the flexibility and cost efficiency. Obviously, if more OCPUs are running, your cost goes up. If less OCPUs are running, your cost goes down, right? Parallel computing, as I said, that's the whole benefit, right? If one computer was fine to do one job, why would we have brought 5,000 computers? The reason is because we want things to be done in parallel, right? So that's why OCI HPC is optimized for parallel computing, right? Running multiple tasks at the same time, making it suitable for simulations. You can do a lot of simulations, scientific calculations, even weather forecasting, all that stuff. You have to churn a lot of data out. So that's where parallel processing is needed. And that's another option that so normally what we say that you should have least number of layers, less layers, right? Obviously, if you are having a bare metal and on top of it you are having a hypervisor, then on top of it you are creating VMs, then obviously you are adding more layers. So what HPC says is that you should try to provide direct access to the physical hardware, right? So that's where the bare metal instances become really important. So the platform offers bare metal instances providing direct access to the physical hardware without virtualization overhead, because that is definitely an overhead. Although virtualization is you're getting the benefit, well, obviously you're adding more layers, right? Wherever more layers are added, obviously your performance gets impacted, and we are talking about high performance. So we want to ensure everything that can give me maximum amount of performance, right? So this is ideal for intensive HPC workloads. So you do get a lot of shapes, as we call in OCI, right? So there are some pre-configured clusters. So HPC offers pre-configured clusters, enabling users to quickly set up and deploy HPC environments without need for extensive configuration. You can just simply choose a shape and work on it. And yes, it is integrated with cloud services. So obviously, if this is your compute, you want to take it to a storage. So you can have the object storage. So what it says is that it integrates with the Oracle Cloud services such as Oracle Cloud Storage, right? It could be the object storage for comprehensive data management or storage solutions. Yeah, obviously if you're doing a backup or something, right? And yes, HPC does provide advanced security measures because it's very important to include network isolation and encryption, right? So, and compliance with the various regulatory standards to protect the sensitive data. So obviously to protect the sensitive data, and anyways in OCI, we always say the data at rest and data in transit should be encrypted, right? So that's very important. And yes, Oracle does say that it offers very competitive pricing. So maybe best to check with other cloud vendors what other cloud vendors are offering. But Oracle does say that it gives you competitive pricing on HPC services, providing a cost-effective solution for high performance computing. Obviously, you pay less to get more. So that's the mantra here, that you are getting high performance, but you are paying less for it. So I think with this, you've actually got a very good understanding. Just a quick summary that you are paying less. So with low cost, you are getting HPC. It's a better price performance. Price performance means you are paying less, but you are getting more, right? And you move your CapEx to the OpEx, right? So, and the other thing is it's quite flexible. As I said, you can have CPUs, you can have GPUs, and as I said, it could be bare metal based as well, and utilize your universal credits, and they are like high performance and very high speed network. We'll study about the RDMA. And this is how it looks like. You could have CPU based servers, GPU based servers. You could even use Exadata. But again, HPC is a concept. It is a practice. So if you want to implement HPC, what you need to be aware of, that mainly two things I'd say. You have multiple computers. Those multiple computers are actually connected via a high speed network. Quite important. Thanks for watching.